Hello again and welcome back to the second part of our video where we focus on your mental game. And last time we've already figured out how the right mindset can positively affect our performance in a match. And today we're going to talk about different routines and methods that we can use in a real match that will hopefully calm us down again and enable us to really focus on our game. Watching the darts on television over the last couple of years, I personally feel that there are many players actually that can perform on a really high level. Still, only a few of them manage to reach the final round. So we often see kind of the same players reaching the final rounds. And in my personal opinion, this has to do with their ability to react spontaneously to difficult situations in a match. And this is the reason why I want to talk about some methods and ways that might help you to really calm down in a match, to focus again and to be able to perform consistently. Let's be honest guys, we could talk for the next 3, 4, 5 hours about difficult situations in a match that we encounter, but I want to focus on 2 difficult situations that I feel happen quite often. And the first one is situations where we feel pressure. Right? You know from the prior video that if we feel pressure and if that pressure is overwhelming, that our body releases stress hormones, which actually are not beneficial for our consistent performance, right? Because our pulse goes up and our muscles become tense. There are different things that we can do to actually make sure that these tense and maybe stressful situations are not too overwhelming for us. For example, if you look at Dimitri Van den Bergh, he actually uses a breathing technique, right? So breathe in, and then it's very important that you breathe out very slowly and through your mouth, right? And this is one way to calm yourself. Your pulse will go down if you do it properly, and it will enable you to refocus and to be more consistent in the way you throw. Another way to deal with these kind of situations is to find rituals that calm yourself and that enable you to regain your focus. Michael van Gerwen, for example, he pulls up his socks if he wants to regain his focus. Dimitri Van den Bergh, again, he puts his hand on a towel between his visits. So you have to figure out or to find a ritual that works for you and that enables you to regain your focus. Alright, let's talk about the second situation that many of us encounter in a match. And I'm talking about thoughts that are running through our head during a match. These can be, for example, I need to perform well in the next visit, I need to hit the double field in order to not lose the match. We definitely need to stop these thoughts, because if they become more frequent, they can really affect our game in a negative way, because we will not be able to focus on our next visit. We'll always just put a lot of pressure on ourselves, which, and you know that, releases stress hormones, and we won't be able to perform. And in the worst case, nothing will work anymore. One way to actually do this is basically in your head to say, okay, stop, everything is going to be fine, I'm going to be fine, concentrate on the next visit, right? So you can actually talk to yourself, even though it might sound a little bit weird, but it actually helps. You can also try and think of something completely different. For example, I don't know, your last summer holidays, but don't think about that too long, because eventually you want to focus on your next visit, right? Instead of telling yourself or thinking too much about your last visit and that you didn't perform well, try to think positive and say, okay, it's all right. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to focus on the next visit and I'm going to be fine. Also, I really recommend you to smile, even though you might not have hit the segment that you wanted to, because it is kind of a trick. And if we smile, it tricks our brain and tells the brain that the situation that we're in right now is actually fine and that everything is okay.